What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Trading Crypto live stream. Give me a 1-2-1-2 if everything sounds good. We're going to get rolling here. We're going to start with BTC and then we're going to jump into quant. So I've been keeping a close eye on BTC on the 4-hour here. I've been looking at this capitulation down to 18.34. I've been keeping a close eye on the MACD as well. As we can see, the MACD is about ready to flip bearish. I mean, we haven't confirmed a bearish crossover yet. I mean, we had the fake out back here yesterday, and we're having that second test of it right now. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on a capitulation back down to 18.34, which will bring the RSI back down to pretty close to the oversold area. So personally, I think coins tomorrow or the beginning of the week, we're going to start seeing some deals on some coins. You can see we've been continually putting in lower highs. And I think their next drop is going to be down here to 18.3, which definitely needs to hold. If that breaks, then that's what everyone's calling that 16K drop down here to the next support. So I think we're going to be coming down to test this main support at 18.34 this week. So that's just something to keep an eye on. This is the short-term time frame. Let's look at the larger time frame of the 1 day. Okay, so on the 1 day, same thing. We actually are testing. We actually just entered the support channel right here on BTC. BTC on the 1 day is not really bullish yet. We haven't really converged to a bullish crossover on the MACD yet, but we're coming pretty close. I think this is going to be a bullish fake out on the MACD, and this RSI is going to be tailing down, and we're going to be testing that $18,000. And similar, if we do test that and we do break it, the next stop is that 6 weeks going to be very, very critical on BTC. We're either going to have that bearish fake out and go up to the 786 at 22, or we're going to be dropping. And my money is going to be on testing this 8 breaking below it this week. So I'm going to be bearish on BTC this week. So with that, let's look at quant real quick. So yesterday on the live stream, I had quant going up to around, I think it was 118. It's going up to 118 to this resistance area on the live stream, and that's exactly what happened. We ran up, we had the 1 top, 2 top, 3 top, and I said, man, we have a lot of room to run here, and I think we're gonna be heading up to 118. So it actually did that exactly as I called it. And we're currently tailing back down. I think there's gonna be some better buying opportunities for quant. I wouldn't be picking up quant right now. That's just my personal opinion. You can see the MACD is starting to cool down. We're starting to tail down here, and the RSI is pretty high in my opinion, 75. Usually when we enter the 75 range, we retrace back down to the 34. That 34 would be this main support area right here at 108. 786 is at 108. We have the main support at 108, so kind of a double support area. So there's 2 areas that we really need to focus on for quant. Our first stop is going to be $111 right here. We have the small support channel, and we have the 1 right there. So this is the first stop I think we're going to be testing quant. If we get that bounce from there, that could be the bounce that sends us over $118. But if the way that I think BTC is going to play out, I think we're going to be retracing back down to 108 and then working our way back up. So there's 2 different scenarios, all based off of this 1 fib, the small support channel right here at 111. So on this retracement, we need to keep an eye on quant. First out is 111. If we break that, we have a double support at the 786 main support area. So that's kind of what I'm keeping an eye on. I'm currently not picking up any more quant. My average buy for quant's $49, so I really don't want to mess that up. I'm not going to buy quant unless we head back down to the $60 range, which is very unlikely, unfortunately. So I'm going to be looking at picking up probably more ASRO than quant, but short term I'm going to be bearish on quant down to $111 to $108. Because that's quant. So let's look at ASRO real quick. This is the coin that I'm thinking about going in pretty heavy on here, since quant isn't really retracing to where I want to accumulate some more. I believe this will make a lot of money in the next bull run. So as of right now, my average buy is around $1, and we're currently testing that $1 at 101 right now. And I was saying I'm not going to pick up any more till we head at least to 95 cents or below. And I'm actually thinking about holding out till we hit the 85 cents on ASRO. We still are in this downtrend right here. RSI is tailing up. MACD, if you take a quick look at the MACD as well, the MACD is pretty much neutral. We're really not doing much there. We did just fall below the 786. What's up, Chef? What's up, Chef? So for LF0, we did just fall below the 786. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this 95 cent support area for LF0. I'm going to be looking for something like this, and then the back test of the 786. So for L0, I'm going to be looking for that drop down to the 95, then retesting the 786. We still are in this downtrend on L0. And like I said at the beginning, I think BTC is going to have a very volatile week. I think we might be testing that low $18,000 this week. So yeah, so this is kind of where I'm holding out for ASRO. If it dips below 90, that's probably where I'll start accumulating some more. So same on the day chart's actually starting to work its way towards the bearish crossover on the MACD. I mean, we really aren't at that, or that bullish crossover in the MACD. We're not really at that crossover yet, but as you can see, we are starting to lose the bearish steam, which could be that capitulation down to that 95 support on the 4-hour, then working our way back up to test this downtrend once more. So what I'm gonna be looking for here is probably a drop down to like that 95, 92, then work its way back up to test this downtrend. So this might not be a bad buying opportunity here at around 92 cents. I might just put a buying order at 90 cents. If it gets hit, it gets hit. If not, so be it. You know, I like trying to catch the wicks. So that wick down to 95, and then, or that hard candle down to 95 right here to the main support, and then having it wick below that to around 90 cents. Pick up some ASRO at 90 cents. Then once it runs back up to 120 to test the downtrend. Just a thought. I mean, I have a general idea of what I want to do, and I'm just kind of getting impatient, but I need to remember to be patient. We're in a bear market. I don't want to unload all my funds now and then find out that BTC goes down to 10K. But as of right now, I think BTC is going to be heading down next week, or we're going to be seeing some heavy volatility to the downside, which will push altcoins down as well. So I got a request to do VXV earlier. Well, let's take a look at VXV. Million total, 37 million in circulation, very small market cap. I believe if this survives the bear market, it could definitely run and make some good gains in the 1819 about a year ago. All-time low was 3 years ago at 1.2 cents. VXV is currently available on the following exchanges down here, but it's not populating, so you can look and see what exchanges they're available on. Looks like KuCoin. Okay, so vector space AI. I don't remember last time I charted this. So as of right now for vector space AI, we were bouncing between the top of the support channel and the 786. We recently broke above the 786 and working our way back up towards the 618. MACD's growing in a bullish sentiment, and the RSI does have room to run. You see here, normally we peak out at around 69 on the RSI, which would bring us to the bottom of this resistance channel at 34 cents. We still are in a downtrend on VXV. You know, we're making lower highs. So what I'm going to be keeping an eye on here for VXV is a run up to break the 618 and inevitably work our way into this resistance channel around 35 cents and then back test 618 to 35. So I'm going to be slightly bullish on VXV in the short term right now. I think the main focus we need to keep an eye on is the 618 at 34 cents. And if we break that, we have to get through this resistance channel. So it's kind of looking like, in my personal opinion, that it's going to be topping out at around 35 cents in the short term. And then we'll assess the situation at a later time. So VXV, I'm going to be bullish in the short term. And I need to do something about that bot. It's posting too much. One sec, let me see if I can edit it. There we go. We'll see if that works. That's VXV. So what is the crypto market doing today? I really didn't look at crypto that much today. So looks like I've never even heard of this coin. Rank number 78, tokenized exchange is up 13.1. Quant is the second highest runner of the day at 4.2. Ravencoin's up 3.9. Let's take a look at Ravencoin. So Ravencoin's up 3.9%, 11.7 billion in circulation, 11.7 billion total supply, 479 million market cap. All-time high in this was 28 cents a year ago. All-time low was 2 years ago at 008. Currently available on the following exchanges down here. I know it's also available on crypto.com. So as of right now, the 786 is our support right here. We're consolidating on a really tight area between the 786 main resistance at 4.1. So we're consolidating between 3.8 and pretty much 4 cents right here. RSI is definitely reset. You can see it's pretty dang low. MACD is pretty much just stagnant sideways as well. Let me just toss this new indicator up and see. Still practicing on this indicator here, so we'll give it a try. So it hasn't printed a buy signal yet. You can see last time it printed a buy signal was back here on August 20th. Then if you waited till the next sell signal, yeah, still learning that indicator down here. So I'm going to be playing with it throughout the live stream. But as of right now, I'm going to be looking for some upwards movement on this. I think this consolidation is going to end up breaking. I think we're going to be breaking above 4.1 and heading up to the 618 here at 4.6. Consolidation is a bullish thing. It just means people are willing to accumulate the coin at the same price for a long period of time. Then eventually the coins at that price end up drying up and there's nowhere for the coin to go up. With the RSI being this low and it's gradually making this move upwards, I think our test is going to be the 786, then working our way up to around 4.6 cents for Ravencoin. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that general area right here. I'm going to put a star here, so when I chart it in the future, I'll know where I predicted it. So 618 is what I'm looking at for Ravencoin on the move up to around 4.6 cents. So XRP is down 3.1% at 49 cents. 100 billion max, half of that's in circulation, 24 billion market cap. All-time high is 340 over 4 years ago. All-time low is over 8 years ago. Currently available on the following exchanges. It's also available on KuCoin. So XRP just had that bearish crossover right here. It looked like I predicted this going down to the 0.5 and continuing up for a higher high. So as of right now, let me just clean these brushes up real quick. As of right now, we just actually wicked to the 618 and we actually bounced off of it. Currently getting rejected off the 786. RSI is pretty dang high in my opinion. And the MACD did just have its bearish crossover, but it's not looking like it's growing that much. Yo, Chef with the super chat. Thanks, man. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you love that shirt. So as of right now for XRP, I still think we might see some downwards movement. I don't know if this is going to be a bearish fake out like it was back here on September 19th. But nonetheless, I am going to be expecting a pullback at least to the 618 here at 46 cents. I mean, you can technically call this a low here, so we can't be making we can't make a lower low. So we can't fall below the 618 at 46, or we will be making a lower low. Then you can say, hey, that's a bearish movement right there. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on the 618 here at 47, but inevitably the way the XRP is running, I think it's about ready to make another higher high, possibly up to 60 cents once it has that slight pullback. Let's just look at the day chart and see if we can validate that 4-hour prediction. So on the day chart, XRP is still ripping. Look at that MACD. That MACD isn't even close to crossing over bearish yet. It's still growing. RSI isn't in the overbought territory yet, but the RSI is still growing as well. We did just get rejected the 786, so similar to the 4-hour, I think a pullback to the 618, which we did just wick to. I love this shirt, Flossie. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I do sell some swag, so you can find swag in the description below. Chef actually won one when I do my NFT swag giveaways. Kind of taking a little break from that. I hit some technical difficulties on that for the time being, but I will be getting back to NFT and swag giveaways hopefully sometime soon. As of right now for XRP, I'm going to be expecting a pullback to the 618 around 47, like I said, in the 4-hour, but the day chart's still extremely bullish. I mean, we're not even close to having a bearish crossover there on the MACD. RSI is tailing up, so I think the RSI is going to be ending up into an overbought territory. But once we have that slight pullback down to the 618, and this is saying the next main resistance is at 57, so something like that could definitely be the case. So slight pullback on XRP, but I think we'll be seeing a nice pump on it earlier or sometime this week. So that day chart and the 4-hour kind of back each other up there on the slight pullback to the continuation to the upside. So MTRG. Meteor Governance. Meteor Governance is down 5.2% at $3.83. 40 million max, 16.5 million circulating, 63 million market cap. I love how there is not a lot of total supply, and about half of that's in circulation, a little under half. So the all-time high in this, I bet, is pretty dang high. Oh, actually, it's not. The all-time high in this is 1647 at the top of the bull run. All-time low is over a year ago at 21 cents. So if we take just a look at the max here real quick, it looks like this coin came out June 2020, and it peaked in the last bull run at its all-time high. This coin is currently available on the following exchanges down here. It looks like KuCoin and Mex Global are the leader. So let's take a look at MTRG. So MTRG is having a very difficult time getting over this $4.20. You can see there are pretty much two resistance areas very, very close to each other. And as soon as we break over one resistance, we're met with another one right here. And you can see we just had a bearish crossover on the MACD. This could be the one top, two top, three top, drop top. That's something we just have to take into consideration right here. Double resistance areas. MACD isn't really high. I mean, we're at the neutral of 53. But we did just have a bearish crossover on the MACD. So let's draw some fibs on this and dissect it a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to go off that scam wick or not. Let me shoot. See what happens when I ignore that wick. No, the wick's valid. We actually just fell below the 382, it looks like. So with that bearish crossover, the 382 held the support for one candle, and then inevitably we fell below the 382. Next stop's the 0.5 at $3.69, but I don't think that's going to hold. I think our next stop is going to be the 618 here at the top of the support channel at $3.56. So as of right now, I'm going to be bearish on this coin. I'm going to be looking for approximately a 6 to 9% drop on this coin. We need to keep an eye on the 618 on this drop right here. So I think something like this is going to be the case. I think the 0.5 isn't even going to hold. I think we're going to be heading down to 618. That's going to be tested once. And if 618 breaks, I think the lowest that we would go is $3.40 at the lowest. But you can see this bearish movement on the MACD isn't very large. We do have that bearish movement, but it isn't a large movement in the MACD. It's just a gradual period, and then the bullish movement starts. So inevitably, I would be honestly keeping an eye on the bounce off the 618. If this is a 3-top drop top, though, we're gonna have to monitor that closely. If it's a 3-top drop top, then we're gonna be heading down pretty hard. But I think the 618 is gonna personally hold, so I'm gonna be bearish on this in the short term. Keep an eye on the 618 at around $3.55. If I don't own this coin, but if I did want to own this coin, this isn't financial advice. I just put a buying order at 350. If it hit, it hit. If not, so be it. I mean, we still are generally in an uptrend here. I mean, and technically these three are higher highs. They're very, very small, but they are higher highs. So you can see that this one was right here, this one was slightly higher than it, and this one was slightly higher. And even though it's small, it still is technically considered a higher high. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on a capitulation down to the 618 here at around 355 to 350 for MTRG. Day chart also fell below the 382, so I think the 618 is going to be the next stop for sure. Let's just keep an eye on that 350 something, or yeah, 355, and then we'll monitor the situation from there. Still bullish though. Yeah, that 618 would still validate this uptrend. You can see ignoring back here, this wick right here. Actually, let me actually make this official there. We're touching this, we're touching that. We're touching that. Yeah, capitulation down to the 618 and a bounce there definitely looks like the play right there. Bounce off the 618, and then we'll assess the situation at the time. So let's keep an eye on that 618 at 355. Yeah, Vlad has a shirt too. I look at Paribus, yes. So as everyone knows, I used to be a very, very large believer in Paribus. It was actually the first coin I ever charted on my channel, and they haven't even been out for a year yet. I got into Paribus when there was a little less than 1 billion coins in circulation. So Paribus has been out, I believe, just for a little over a year now, and they've already put about 2.5, 2.6 billion coins in circulation. So I liked it because there was a low amount of circulating supply. The market cap at the time was only like 1 million. So I was like, okay, this could be a good play. So I accumulated quite a bit of it, but nonetheless, they just kept dumping more coins, and that's something that I don't like to see. So unfortunately, I am all out of Paribus now. You can see the all-time high in Paribus was 11 months at 4 cents. All-time low was 13 hours ago at 001. My shirt is nicer than Vlad's. So Paribus is up 0.4% at 001. You can see the all-time or max supply is 10 billion, circulating supply is 3.5. Still has a very, very small market cap of 4.7 million. So a 10x from here could be doable. I mean, that's only what, 47 million, I believe. But nonetheless, a 10x from here isn't going to get you to the all-time high. Get you to a little over a penny. Batman in a little shirt. So Paribus, last time I charted this looks like back on September 13th. Looks like my fibs and stuff are gone from here. But inevitably it did bounce, put in a lower low. Let's just zoom in and take a little closer look. We really haven't been doing much. Look at this RSI. This RSI has pretty much just been sideways since June. Like seriously, we've just been sideways since June, and when you're sideways on an RSI, that's not bullish at all. You can see the sideways just means downwards movement. So we really haven't, the highest we've been since June is 59. That is ridiculous. Actually, since July 20 or January 21st, the highest we've been is 59. So not a lot going on there for Paribus. If I zoom in and take a closer look, we did just make a recent low, so we're gonna have to do a fib extension. So take this with a grain of salt. When you put in a new low, we're in uncharted territory, so there's really no data to go off of. So we're gonna go off of a fib extension here. Actually, let's go off of the other way. I am like confused right now for some reason. So we're gonna do some micro fibs here since we're in uncharted territory. So as of right now for Paribus, we recently made it a lower all-time low, so we got to keep an eye on that. RSI is just sideways. MACD is the exact same way, sideways, and sideways I would say is bullish, but we're not consolidating. We're continuing the drop, and it looks like the next drop, I'm not going to say down to the 1618, but there really is no other area for it to drop besides the 1618 down here. Yeah, we could just chop around, but nonetheless we need to maintain over 0012. I would say, hey, look at the RSI is low, MACD's not doing much, we could definitely pump up, but the RSI's highest we've been is 59. So if we head back up to 59, the RSI, that's only up to the 618 area at 004. So inevitably I think Paribus is going to be continuing its downwards movement and putting in a lower low. I don't think it's gonna be coming down here super fast, but I think inevitably we're gonna be working our way down to the 1618. So I'm gonna be bearish on Paribus. That's the day. Let's look at the 4 hour real quick, see if there's anything different there. Same thing on the maybe not. Hang on, 4 hour has a little bit more that we can go off of. So as of the 4 hour right now, we're getting rejected at the main resistance at 0013. We are pretty low on the RSI, and you can see on the 4 hour we do see some movement. So the highest that we go, you know, the 59 on the RSI would bring us back up to the 786 area right here at 00135. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that in the short term. In the long term, Paribus is bearish. But in the short term, I'm going to be keeping an eye on moving up to the 786 right here at 0013, then inevitably just doing what it does and continues its downtrend. So short term slightly bullish, long term extremely bearish. Keep an eye on approximately a 3% upswing. I mean, we could actually go up to the 618, which is a 7% upswing to 0014, but inevitably I'm not looking to pick up any of this coin. So let's just keep an eye on the 786 here at 0013. We break above that, I think the highest that we would go is the 618 at 0014. And then it'd just be a rinse and repeat, similar to, you know, you see this run up, drop, run up, drop, run up, drop. I think that should be the case for Paribus right now. So let's keep an eye on the slightly upwards movement and then the hammer dropping. So with that, we'll get in the KNC. So Kyber Network Crystal KNC is down 2.1% at $1.20. 226 million max, little under half in circulation at 102 million, has 122 million market cap. The all-time high in this was 575 months ago. The all-time low was over a year ago at $1.11. Like this coin came out back in April, so it came out during the bull run, and unfortunately wasn't able to capitalize on that, but it did make a new high here in a bear market, so that's pretty cool. It's currently available on the following exchanges down here if you're interested. Oh boy, holy crap, that is a drop right there. Oh my gosh, September 18th. RIP. 36% drop in one day. I remember talking about this. I'm like, man, this is a healthy growing coin. I remember that this gradual step up pattern is awesome. And unfortunately, all that growth that you started from June 13th got erased on this one huge red candle. So that sucks. I like it when coins grow like this. This is healthy growth right here, but unfortunately one big whale sells and bam, you're back down, you're reset. But currently, I mean, look at this RSI. The RSI has been oversold since September 18th. You've been oversold since September 18th. That is crazy. MACD has been making not that large of moves in the bullish side of it at all, but we are tailing back up since this huge drop we had back here. You can see the MACD dropped and we're starting to grow more and more. So I'm thinking the bottom's gonna be coming in pretty soon before we see a nice decent run up here for KNC. I mean, you can't stay down here forever. This is one of the longest overboughts that I think I've seen on a coin. Oh yeah, now we got the good music going. Here we go. Okay, so short term right now, I'm looking at, what is this? We're at 119, 120. If you look at the past, this was a general support area for us. I'm going to draw a support line right here. To see a support back here on June 12th, support on June 19th, support on June 30th, support on July 13th. So this might be the bounce point for KNC. Looks like a bear trap on KNC there. Yeah, I'm thinking we might see that bounce here off this 118, 119. I mean, we're oversold for so long. This might see a decent sized movement up to around 148. Capitulated hard, held. So it has history of acting as a very big support area for us. So I'm going to continue that. I mean, history doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. So this is a very big support area for us. So I'm going to be looking for a decent sized movement up here for KNC. I think our first stop would be the 786 at 133. And then if we break above that, the next stop's 148. But you can see, look at all this red right here we have to get over. There's a ton of resistance between 149 and 180. There's a ton of resistance. So that's just something we have to keep in mind. But inevitably, I think KNC is going to be bullish here pretty soon. Let's keep an eye on approximately a 10% move to the 786. And then inevitably going up to this main resistance at 24%. Yeah, I've never seen a coin this oversold for that long before. That's crazy. I mean, if you look at its past history, it's only been oversold a couple times and it was very brief. There's there's chocolate pudding all over my jacket. There's no chocolate pudding in the fridge, bro. That's not pudding, that's crud. Take a look at EOS, yeah. So EOS is down 2.8% at $1.20. Infinite total supply circulating of pretty much 1 billion, 1.2 billion market cap. Be careful of infinite supply. Not saying it's a bad thing. Just always be wary. They can unload an infinite supply of coins. But if it's a good product, they probably won't do that. All-time high was 4 years ago at $22. All-time low was 5 years ago at 50 cents. So they did not hit an all-time high in the last bull run. That's something to keep in mind. It's probably because there was a lot more coins put in circulation since its all-time high back in 2018. But it did have a decent sized movement in that last bull run. Whoa, I haven't traded this on this one since colored fibs. This was back April of 2022. Looks like I actually nailed it on the head. Sweet. It's always nice when I run into old charts with the colored fibs. I'm like, oh man, let's see what old charting crypto was thinking. I'm gonna start off on the day, work our way to the 4 hour. Wow, that's a really thick support channel down there. So on the day, RSI is still tailing down. If you look at the MACD is starting to cool off its bearish movement, but nonetheless, we still are bearish on the MACD. So as of right now, we're being held up. This is a neutral support area. Let's draw some fibs and dissect this real quick. Yeah, this one's the valid one right here. You can see all the support right here at the 618. There's a ton of support at the 618 right here, ton of support at the 618 right here. We bounced off the 618 right here, and then we fell right below the 618. So as of right now, we're trying to get back over the 618. Nonetheless, you can see the 786 is sitting right on top of the support at 105. The way that we're moving right now, I think we're still going to be continuing downwards. I think we're going to be getting rejected off the 618 and continue down to the 786 at around 105. And I think that's going to be our launch point until we start taking back off. We'll let this play out until we have a bullish crossover. Remember, this is the day, so it takes longer to play out. Let the RSI drop a little bit more, probably to around 30, which would inevitably bring this down to the 786 at 105. And then we can see that reversal from there. That's on the day chart. Let's see if the 4-hour chart backs that up. So on the 4-hour chart, let's zoom in and take a little closer look at this. So on the short-term time frame, there's a main support here at 174. So we have main support at 174. The MACD isn't really doing much. Yes, we are bullish right now, but it's starting to look like it's about ready to flip bearish. So that's just something to keep a close eye on. I'm still going to be keeping an eye on a drop minimally down to 117. We could see some sort of consolidation here in the short term, but inevitably I'm going to be calling that drop down to 105. You can see this is a double resistance area. This is the 618 on top of the 124. So 618 on top of a main resistance is a double resistance area to get over. We've already tested it once. We've already tested it twice. I think we might test it a third time. And if we get rejected from there, that's where we'll start seeing that drop down to 105. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on a bounce off 117, then working our way back up to 124 to test this for a third time. And that's going to be the test that we really need to monitor, because if that's a three top rejection, that push down to the 105 would be valid, just like on the day chart. So in the short-term time frame would be bearish to 117 and then bullish to 124. In the longer-term time frame on the day chart, I'm going to be bearish. I think we're going to get rejected at the 618 at 124, which is right here, and then push down to the 786. I don't know if that's what you had, Vlad, but that's what I'm seeing. So what else is running? So what is the worst performer of the day? The worst performance is helium. I actually charted helium yesterday. So let's look at helium real quick and see how close I was to actually hitting the nail on the head. So helium's down 12.5% at $4.50. 222 million, 128.50, 578 million market cap. 54 is the high. Oh no, where'd my drawings go? I know I charted this yesterday. Huh, I must have deleted it. Yeah, KNC shit the bed hard. That is true. So as of right now, we're to look at the day chart for HNT. We briefly broke above the 618 right here, but we fell right back below it. I believe our next stop is going to be the 786 down here at $4.19. RSI is taking a downturn. We haven't entered into a bearish crossover in the MACD, but we're starting to converge into a lower area on it. You can see they're starting to converge towards each other. So I think what we're going to be looking for here is 786 on the 786 on helium. Let's look at 417. This is the day chart. So I'm going to be looking for a drop down to 417 for a bounce to test the 618 again at 488. Which would be, yeah. So here's the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart, if that happened, it'd break below the support at 440. So on the short-term time frame, we need to keep an eye on $4.40. We break below 440. That 786 is the next stop at 420. And inevitably, I do think that would be the reversal right there. The MACD is bearish. RSI is starting to tail down as well. So I think this support isn't going to hold right here, and we're going to go down to the 786, then inevitably make a lower high, something similar to that. You see, made a high, or lower high, lower high, lower high. I think that's going to be the play there. So even though we fell 12% today, I think we're going to be dropping another 6%. Ziga, welcome. I hope everyone's having a great Saturday night, man. I went shopping, I mowed the grass, I set up my deer blind, watched the football game today. Michigan won. So short term for HNT, I think we're to be dipping. Keep an eye on 440. We drop below that. The next stop's 420. I think 420 would be the lowest that we go before we move up higher. Son of a gun. There we go. I think my live stream just skipped for a bit. Sorry about that. Good old crap internet, right? Oh, so if you're still with me, thanks for sticking through that. So Ethereum right now is down 0.8% at $1,318. Infinite supply 120, 159 million. Everyone knows ETH. Okay, so yay, my internet's acting up. So ETH, let's take a look at ETH. So ETH has been in the downtrend since the merge came out. We're about ready to cross over into a bearish crossover in the MACD. RSI is pretty neutral right now. It's kind of looking that like Ethereum wants to head down to 12.51. Yeah, so as of right now for Ethereum, we're currently getting stopped up by the 786. You can see we tested it quite a bit back here, got rejected. Tested right here on September 23rd, got rejected. Tested a third time here earlier today and got rejected. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on us dropping back down to this main support at 12,051. Man, I am dropping some mad frames right now. Come on, you can do it, internet. You can do it. So as of right now for Ethereum, I don't know if you guys heard that. We tested the 786. That's the main area we're getting stopped out at. And we tested it once, twice, 3 times. Inevitably, I do think Ethereum's heading down to around 12,005. Large test for us. Yo, come on. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Here we go. It looks like we're back, so sorry about that. So as of right now for Ethereum, I'm going to be keeping an eye on it drop down to 1,251. If we break below 1,251, our next support isn't until, wow, it's looking like 1,000. Ethereum's on the verge of a very large drop. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on 12,501. If you drop below 12,501, it looks like it wants to head down to 1,032. So 12,501 is the next stop for Ethereum. I personally believe that. I think the 786 has snuffed us out enough times that we'll see that capitulation down to 12,501, and then we'll monitor that situation. That has to hold for Ethereum. Otherwise, we're to see a very, very large drop down to around $1,000. I mean, technically, I guess you can say this is a support right here at 1,173. But I personally think that 12.5 will most likely hold. But if not, I might be getting my buy-in orders ready for Ethereum. So Alliance Block or ALBT. Alliance Block is down 1.5% at 3.9 cents, 850 million max, 460 million circulating with an 18 million market cap. All-time high in this was 136 about a year ago. All-time low was 18 days ago. So hopefully if you hold this coin, you're able to pick some up 18 days ago. Because it's always a nice feeling picking up the coins at the cheapest they have ever been since they came out. So we just put in a recent low 18 days ago. It's currently available on the following exchanges down here, KuCoin being the leader. Okay, ALBT. We actually just bounced off the bottom of the RSI and we actually wicked down to the support right here. RSI is extremely low. MACD really hasn't been doing shit, but we are looking like we're about ready to reverse to the upside. Yes, we could enter the oversold territory, but if we just look at the general history of this, we really don't enter that area that often. So I'm personally going to be looking at a move to the upside here, but let me draw a fib here to try to back that up. So if we draw bottom, a large fib right there. So as you can see, we're currently getting snuffed out at the 786 main resistance at 4.1 quite a bit. That's because it's acting as a double resistance area. You can see we tested it quite a bit back here before we had that large push down to the support area. I personally think we're going to be heading up to test that one more time at 0.4. We have a lot of moon juice down here. We stopped by the juice factory, loaded up a couple kegs, and we're ready to go. So we loaded up our ship, we're fueled up, we're ready to go. I think we were going to be blasting through this double resistance area. And if we do that, we finally reversed, and our next stop would be the 618 at 4.4. So this is the critical area that we need to keep an eye on for ALBT on the movement upwards. This double resistance area at 4.1. I think predictor, so I could definitely be wrong on that. But the indicators are saying, hey, we definitely have the setup to blast through that. So let's keep an eye on the movement up to the 786 at 4 cents even, and then you have that resistance at 4.1. We get above that, that's gonna be fantastic. That's gonna flip us into a double support, and inevitably I think we top out here at the 618. So I'm gonna be bullish on ALBT. Approximately a 11% pump is what it's looking like. That's on the 4 hour. Let's look at the day and see if it backs that up. Yeah, similar to that, the day chart's about ready to flip bullish on the MACD. RSI has enough room to run as well, so I'm gonna say yeah, that 4 hour chart is definitely a valid move. We actually on the day chart just got a buy signal too. Let's look at that. You see that white candle right there? If I pull that indicator back up, uh-oh. Whatever. That white candle is a buy, so a buy signal, the green one as well. So it's currently getting stopped at the 786 on the day, saying, hey, it's probably a good time to buy. So if we look at the 4 hour, I still think it's valid that it's to be break above that double resistance area and inevitably heading up to the 618 here at 4.3. So I'd be keeping an eye on approximately 11% movement tops on it to around 4.6 to around 4.4, it looks like. Yeah, Quant is on fire. Has it ran since I started charting? Yeah, so like I said earlier, for Quant, we need to keep an eye on that $111 retracement. If it breaks below that, we have the double support, the 786 at 108. MACD is starting to converge bearish. You can see we're starting to lose some momentum there, and the RSI is pretty high. So I think we're going to be seeing a slight pullback, but I could definitely be wrong. Everyone knows Quant goes against a lot of indicators. It goes against Bitcoin. So similar to what Zga said in the Discord, almost all the Quant, or there's a very limited supply of Quant left on exchanges. It's very, very small, which is why the price continues to rise. They actually put limits on the amount of Quant you could buy and sell on crypto.com, which is crazy. Makes me want to FOMO in, but I think I need to get Quant at a cheaper price than where it's currently at. The short term right now, I'm going to be looking for a 111 bounce for a continuation up, or a 786 double main support bounce for a continue up there. I don't think Quant's going to be dropping hard anytime soon unless BTC absolutely crashes. Quant is just running. So what do we got here? We got Chainlink up 3.1, Quant the second runner at 4. Never heard of this tokenized exchange. Sheeb's up 2.9. We did Ravencoin. Did ETH. Let's do HBAR. So as of right now for HBAR is down 0.3% at 6 cents. We have 50 billion max, 23 billion circulating, 1.4 billion market cap, all-time high of 56 cents a year ago. All-time low was 2 years ago at 0.009. So I charted HBAR yesterday. I was saying, hey, this could be a very good short play. I didn't do it though. I didn't do it. I was saying, hey, we need to keep an eye on a retracement down to the 786 right here at 5.9. Then if the 5.9 breaks, the bottom is going to be 5.6, and I still think that's the case. Should have put a short in on it at 6.2. It's still growing bearish. We haven't had the bearish crossover yet, but we're pretty dang close to being bearish right here on the MACD. So I'm going to be still continuing looking at a drop down to the 786 at 5.9. which would only bring us down to the halfway point on the MACD. And you can see generally when we're up this high in the MACD, similar to when we were back up this high, we retrace all the way down to 20. If we look back here, last time we were this high on August 13th, we retraced back down to an oversold. Last time we were this high back here, we retraced down to 37. Here we retraced back down to 38. So inevitably history doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. So that pullback to the 786 I think is an extremely valid move for HBAR. And I'm really looking up for a movement down to the 786 at 5.9. If 5.9 breaks, 5.6 will be the bottom, and then a retest of this resistance area. So as of right now for HBAR, keep an eye on the 786 drop at around 5.9, and then we'll monitor the situation from there. What else did I say would be a good one yesterday? I think I said Looks or something like that. Looks RAR. Yeah, Looks is up 0% today at 20 cents, 1 billion max, little over half in circulation, 110 million market cap. 710 was an all-time high 8 months ago. All-time low was 16 3 months ago. Looks like it's currently available on the following exchanges down here. Okay, let's see one. Or was it? No, it wasn't. Probably on KuCoin. Yeah, I did have it on KuCoin. So I was I think I remember predicting this as it making a decent sized run. It has not ran yet. You can see we currently aren't even getting up to the 786. Let me try to adjust this fib a little bit so we get a little bit more action. No action. So as of right now, we're currently getting stopped out. We haven't even reached the 786 yet. MACD is pretty much stagnant sideways with the RSI still growing. I still think this thing's about ready to pop, at least up to the main resistance at 24. You can see the RSI is tailing up. The MACD really isn't doing much, and we finally stopped dropping. We started to do some sideways movement here. So I'm going to be looking for another drop down to around 19 cents, then coming back up to the 786 at 21. We break above that, the 618 to around 24 cents is the next stop. And I think that's going to be the play here. It might take a little longer to play out, but inevitably I think 19 cents is going to hold as the support. And we will be working our way back up to to around 76 on the RSI, and we will have that bullish run on the MACD as well. So inevitably, if we bought in right now, we just held and let it run up to that main resistance. Looks like a 21% to a 25% gain on the short term looks possible. That's on the 4 hour. Let me go to the day chart and see what the day chart says. So day chart, this is a very, very steep downtrend. The day chart's about ready to flip bullish as well. So the day chart's about ready to flip bullish. RSI is pretty low on the day chart, so that movement up to that 21 cent 786 definitely looks like the play. Looks like we bottomed right there, and it looks like that 786 is gonna be the next move. We're growing more bullish by the day. RSI is low enough to run up. You can see we generally top out at around, looks like 60 I'd say on the RSI, so that run up to 786 is definitely plausible at 21 cents. So I'm gonna be keeping an eye on it moving up to 21 to 24 cents on looks for the time being. I think this is the bottom until we hit this general area up here. Something like this is gonna be the play. And back here, it actually just printed a buy signal as well. So, I mean, this indicator isn't always right. You can see it's printed a buy signal back here, but it did run bullish, but it did not print a sell. Printed a sell signal up here though. So if you would have sold, bought, still trying to figure out how accurate this indicator is and deciding if I want to use it or not. Inevitably, I'm going to be keeping an eye on 21 to 24% for looks. 24 cents on look, yeah. So Solana's down 0.3% at $33.46. 508 total, 354 million circulating, 11.8 billion market cap, 259 all-time high, 50 cents all-time low. So it looks like last time I charted Solana was back on September 17th, and I said, hey, we need to keep an eye on the 618. We really didn't reach the 618, but I said we're gonna be touching the 618 and retrace back down to the 786, and I was pretty dang close on that prediction right there. It looks like we really didn't reach the high that I thought we would, but we did bounce off the 786, which I thought we would retrace to. So I'm gonna chalk that as a win in my book on that prediction. As of right now, we are about ready to have a bearish crossover in the MACD. RSI isn't extremely high, but it's generally in one of the higher ranges that this coin is at. I mean, if we just draw a general mean line right here, every time we've tagged this general area, similar to July 29th, we tagged it, we retraced back down to 30. We tagged it right here August 8th, we traced back down to 36, tagged it back here August 13th, retraced to oversold. Broke above it right here and retraced back down to 30, and we just tagged it again. So I'm going to be looking for another retracement here. Let's see if I can be 2 for 2 on the predictions. So I'm actually going to draw another fib on this and try to dissect it. So for Solana here, you can see the 618 is sitting exactly on top of the support area, so it's acting as a double support. So this is going to be a very difficult area to fall below, but we actually did just fall below it. Actually, it's green right now, so we currently are above it, but we haven't closed above it. So this is an area that we need to keep an eye on. Is $33. Inevitably, the way that the indicators are pointing, we are going to break below that. So for Solana right now, I think the next stop is going to be the 786 here at around $31 to $32. So we need to monitor that. Can we see a bounce there? Definitely. But if we just monitor what normally happens when we're this high in the RSI, it's still calling for another retracement back down to this double support, or down to the support area at around $30, $31. So let's keep an eye on a retracement down to the 786 at 32. That's gonna be the storyteller right there. If we get a bounce from there, we'll have to monitor the situation, because we did just put in a higher high. We could be seeing something like this for Solana. So I'm gonna put a star here. This is what we're gonna have to keep an eye on for Solana, is the 786. I do think we are gonna be retracing to the 786 in the short term. So I'm gonna be keeping an eye on approximately a 3% drop on Solana here in the short term, and then monitoring that 618 to see if we get that bounce to run up to make a higher high. If we do break below that 786, the next stops would be that support down here, similar to how we dropped back these last two times. That's on the 4 hour. Let's see if the day chart backs that up. So day chart is actually bullish, but the RSI is neutral. We are currently at the 618 trying to get over it. Nonetheless, though, I do think we still are going to be tracing to the 786. We've been in a downtrend for Solana for a while. I mean, we had that nice upwards movement for Solana here before we had that capitulation. We had that second top. This might be a top here, and then I have lead retracing back down to the support. So based off that in the 4 hour, I think the 4 hour prediction is definitely valid on a retracement down to that 786 area. So this is what I'm going to be looking for Solana. This is going to be the storyteller. Keep an eye on $32 for Solana. You see it drop below 32. It's going back down to around $31 to $30 down here. And then we'll assess the situation at that time. So I'm going to be bearish on Solana in the short term. Yeah. So Zilliqa's down 2% at 3.2 cents, 21 billion max, 14 billion in circulation, and a 480 million market cap. You can see the all-time high on this was 25 cents a year ago. All-time low was 2 years ago at 002. Currently available on the following exchanges down here. I believe it's also available on Coinbase. Apparently it's not available on Coinbase. So this support at 003 is holding us up pretty dang big. We did just have a bearish crossover right here. RSI starting to tail back down. So it looks like we kind of topped out here. If I draw a general top on the RSI, this is where we touched it. We didn't really touch it, but we came pretty dang close to touching it. So let me see if I can clear this up and draw a new fib. Yeah, currently getting held up by the 786 right now. The way that the MACD just flipped bearish and the way that the RSI is kind of high, I do think we are to be breaking below the 786 here at 3.2 and heading back down to the main support area at 3 cents. I'm going to be keeping an eye on this drop right here. That's approximately a 4.5 to 5% drop that we're going to be looking for Zilliqa. That's on the 4 hour short-term time frame. Let's see what the longer term time frame looks like, see if it validates that. So on the longer term time frame, it actually flipped bullish. RSI is low. So on the longer term, it's looking, oh shoot. So on the longer term, it's looking like Zilliqa is going to be bullish, but on the shorter term, I still think that pullback down to 3 cents is going to be the play. Unless this is a bearish fake out. So that's something we really need to keep an eye on, because the day was bullish, but this is indicating, hey, we are bearish right now. So we're going to keep an eye on the 786. This is going to be the storyteller right here of what's going to be happening for Zilliqa. If we end up closing below the 786, the next stop's would be 3. If we end up staying above the 786, the next stop's would be 3, 4. So this is your if-then prediction, I guess you could say it is. This is all dependent on the 786. The 786 is going to be the storyteller in this. So monitor the 786 closely at 3.2, and this candle right here, this candle just started 36 minutes ago, so it has approximately 3 hours and 30 minutes to still grow. And as we're trying it right now, you can see it's constantly getting smaller. We really haven't fallen below it yet, but we're trying. Looks like it's trying to. So more likely than not, in the short term, I think I am going to be bearish on this. I think it is going to break below the 786 and head down to 3, and then we'll have to monitor that. So just keep an eye on the 786. That's going to be the storyteller on this. More likely than not, I think we're going to be seeing 3 cents on Zilliqa. H-bar is not looking good right now. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's only 8:30 on a Saturday night, and here I am yawning. What's going on? I guess I'm getting old, right? Okay, so what are we gonna look at next, guys? Let's see. Really not a lot going on right now. So, I mean, Bitcoin's pretty much just, you know, chop chop, moving sideways. So Vlad's thinking we're heading up to the main resistance at 19.5. I say we're heading down to 18.3. I guess it's flip a coin. I mean, yeah, the bearish scenario on the MACD is about ready to flip bullish. I mean, we're getting pretty close to flipping bullish, but I think that drop down to 18 is going to be the play here. I definitely think that's going to be earlier this week. Earlier this week, we're going to see that drop down to 18. If we drop below 18, the next stop's 16. That's where I'm going to be having some buy orders put in. And then inevitably, people are saying 16 to 12. So if we fall below 18, the next support is 16. We fall below 16, the next support for Bitcoin's 12. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it. I think we're going to be seeing 18,000 this week. Four-hour, about ready to flip bearish on the MACD. RSI isn't extremely high. I mean, we're neutral there. But you can see back here on Bitcoin, every time we generally tag this area, you can see we tagged it right here, entered oversold. Rode it for a little bit, consolidated sideways back here, entered oversold, we're consolidating, and then we could enter that oversold, which would drop us below 18,000. So that's why I'm thinking we're heading to 18,000 or below here pretty dang soon. It's looking very, very similar to the last two plays on the RSI and the last two plays it capitulated. The sideways movement capitulation, sideways movement capitulation. We had the, you know, the relief rally. We had the drop, then we're having that sideways consolidation, and then we could see that capitulation down to around 18. Then we'll have to monitor it. So I'm sticking with seeing 18,000 this week on BTC. Low 18. I know we're 18.95 now. I think we're going to be seeing around 18,000 even. Looks like 18.328 is the support. So this sideways consolidation lasted approximately 44 bars. The second sideways consolidation before the capitulation lasted approximately 65 bars. If we zoom in a little bit closer here, this one's currently at 41 bars. So, I mean, there's really not a comparison as the amount. This one's 41 bars, so 60 bars would bring us out to approximately September 28th, end of September. I don't know. I think it's going to happen. I think we're going to be seeing that low 18,000. If we break below that, the next stop 16. And then I think all hell's will be breaking loose once we drop below 18,000. Everyone that's saying it's an extended cycle, everyone that's saying that we bottomed, there's a chance that I think we're going to be putting in a lower low here pretty damn soon. Just like that, all my indicators disappeared. There we go. So Matic is down 2.1% at 75 cents, 10 billion max, 744 million circulating, 5.6 billion market cap. All-time high was 292 9 months ago. All-time low was 3 years ago at 0.003. That's crazy. 3 years. Buy this coin, hold for 3 years. You're up 23,920% on your investment. Just the power of holding. Most people work their whole lives for a 401k. And all you have to do is hold for 3 years. You can get 23,000% on your investment. I like the odds with crypto better. Okay, so last time I charted this, looks like it was back on August. Wow, I haven't charted Matic in a long time. So Matic right now about ready to cross over bearish on the MACD. You can see with that large, we started getting close to that bearish crossover once we fell below the support here at 75. We're currently, if I zoom in closer and blow it up, you can see we're currently testing that resistance right now. We're trying to get back over it with this green candle right here, but it's not happening. We're still growing bearish on the MACD. RSI starting to dip back down a little bit, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on a drop here. Let's draw some fibs and see where that drop might possibly be. Whoops. Whoa, what kind of music is this? Yeah, so what we're going to be keeping an eye on here for Matic right now is the 786 right here at 74 cents. We're currently working our way down, about ready to have a bearish crossover. But if we look back here, I mean, we pretty much were just needle nose sideways. I mean, we're just bouncing back and forth without any large movement. We really haven't had any large movement in a while here, which is initiating that downwards movement where we're currently getting on the charts. So I think as of right now, the main area we need to keep an eye on is the 786 right here at 74 cents. If we drop below 74 cents, that capitulation down to 70 cents would be the case. And the way that this is looking right now, you can see we have been in a downtrend here. Unfortunately, it does look like we kind of reversed here. We have been putting in some higher highs, so a bounce off the 786 and a continuation up would actually be a bullish move, and still would continue that uptrend. But just the way that the chart's looking and the way that the indicators are looking, it looks like our first stop's the 786 at 74 cents, and that's gonna be the storyteller right there. If we bounce off that 786 and we continue up, then hell yeah, this slightly bullish movement that we have here is still valid. But nonetheless, that's not a long time to actually call that higher highs, higher lows. I mean, it's from the 22nd, today's the 24th, so 2 days of information there. I think more likely than not, we're going to be seeing 70 on this. Let's look at the day chart and see what that's saying. So the day chart is not about ready, but it's starting to work its way towards a bullish crossover. RSI still tailing back down. That 70 cents would bring us down to about right here. This is a very, very thick support channel. Holy cow. So inevitably, same thing. Let's keep an eye on the 786 at 74 cents. Looks like the day is more bullish in the short term, so we could be seeing that bounce off the day and working our way up. But I go off the 4 hour. That's how I chart. That's how I buy my coins, and then it's more accurate than charting off the day, believe it or not. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on it drop down to 70 cents on Matic, and then we'll monitor the situation at that time. Matt Chase. Matt Chase, there's someone impersonating charting crypto. I'm not that popular, am I? What's he saying? Okay, where are we gonna look at now? Awfully quiet today. That's fine, everyone's enjoying their Saturday. I'm actually gonna look at this coin. I've never looked at it before. So tokenized exchange TKX is up 14% at $6.97. You can see there's 100 million max supply with 79 million in circulation and 557. Okay, so if you guys want any coins charted, make sure you post them in the link below. Quant is my 401k. Okay, one sec. There, I gave him the boot. Okay, back to the live stream. Sorry about that, guys. I was dealing with some stuff in the Discord. Okay, that was an awful long. Let's get back to this. So, tokenized exchange TKX is up 13.9% at $6.97. 100 million max, 79 million circulating with 557 million market cap. All-time high of 1287 11 months ago. All-time low was 3 years ago at 11 cents. See, it's currently available pretty much on its own exchange right now. It looks like it's only available on Uniswap. How can it be ranked number 78 and only be on Uniswap? That we probably can't even find a good chart on this. Here we can check DEX and see. Huh. It's crazy that this coin is pumping so hard and it's only available on, I don't know if there's some sort of big catalyst coming up for this coin or what, but for not being listed on any large exchanges and for it to be the #1 leader and it's actually in the top 100 coins. And its growth looks shady. What is it? So it's a fully integrated cryptocurrency exchange that offers both individuals and institutional investors a frictionless and unsophisticated user experience. The platform will serve as not only a financial tool, but also as an educational and communal instrument in proliferating the values and ideas that the blockchain has to offer. The TKX token can be used to pay transaction fees for any trades on the platform. Doing so will allow for a significant reduction in the fees. Yeah, I'm not even going to chart it. Screw it. Let's look at Chronos. Chronos had a decent run yesterday. So Chronos is actually down 4.7% at 11.9 cents, 30 billion total, 25 billion, 3 billion market cap. All-time high wasn't even $1, but 96 cents 10 months ago. Yeah, so Crow had that huge run up right here. We got rejected at this main resistance, currently tailing back down. RSI still extremely high, still haven't crossed bearish on the MACD, but we're pretty damn close. I'll be keeping an eye on it retracing back down to 11, but it looks like this pump right here is going to be coming to a stop and inevitably retracing back down to one of these fib areas. Most likely the 618 at 10 cents, it looks like. So for Crow right now, we're currently working our way back down to the support at 11 cents. The only thing that support has is a double support area. So I personally don't think that double support's going to be holding you guys up. The way that the MACD and the RSI look, we're way too high on the RSI. The MACD is about ready to flip bearish. I think with that, I think it's going to be a super hard thing to bounce off this support area. I think the best thing that we're going to be looking at right here is a drop down to the 618 at around 10 cents. Or 10.9 or the 786 at 10.5. One of these two areas is going to be the bounce point, I believe, and then working our way back up to 12. I don't think this double support's going to hold at all. So I'm going to be looking for approximately a 7% drop on Chronos here in the short term. Oh Lord. Okay guys, with that I have time to chart one more coin tonight. Who wants the last coin charted of the night? With that, I appreciate everyone's for supporting the channel. Thank you, Chef Natron, for supporting the channel like you always have and sending a super chat. That really makes my night. Thanks, buddy. If you haven't already, make sure you join my Discord. You can find the link in the description below. And if you want to support the channel even further, you can become a member of the channel, similar to Chef Natron. I believe he's been a member for 4 months now. Every month, your little Bitcoin logo changes. You get priority requests and comments. Similar to Vlad, also is a member that has been on tonight. So that's just another way to support the channel. So who wants the last coin charted for tonight? Okay, so we can look at Cosmos, I guess. So Cosmos is down 1.9%, 4 billion market cap with 292 million in circulation, and all-time high of $44 8 months ago. All-time low was 2 years ago at $1.16. So yesterday I pointed out that this has been in an uptrend for a very long period of time, if this ever loads, and I still think that it is going to continue this uptrend. We currently, if we zoom in a little bit closer and look at it, we did just wick to that, oh shoot, we did just wick to that uptrend right here and got a green candle. I'm gonna try to blow up and take a little closer look at it. So you can see we did just wick to it, and we did touch it, and that is right next to the main support area from here. So yes, we could still go down a little bit more to around 13.4 it looks like, but inevitably I think this would be, not financial advice, a pretty good buying opportunity, just judging by the past history and performance of this coin. I mean, if you look, it's been in this uptrend since June 18th, and it's been following this uptrend pretty dang accurately, deviating from it maybe once or twice, but just minimally. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on a bounce off this at around 13.4, then inevitably testing the top at 16.86 again. So there's an opportunity here to make a possible 30% gain just from holding. That's without shorting or longing. But inevitably, once we reach the 6.8, that's gonna be your 3 top. As you can see, we already had 1 top there, 2 top there. We go up to the 3 top. Hopefully that's either the breakout point and we deviate from this uptrend and make another higher high, or we see that pullback and this uptrend holds for a continuation. But inevitably, I do think this is gonna be the bounce point for Atom, and inevitably heading up to around 16.86. So I think there's a good opportunity there to make approximately 25% gains on this. And now it's looking like the time to buy, touching this uptrend right here. I mean, if I just keep this zoomed in closely, you can see we tagged it right here, had that uptrend. This is where we deviated from it minimally, but we found our way back into it. But prior to that, it's just been following it pretty accurately. So history doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme, and this is followed it once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, 7 times. We're on the 8th test of this uptrend right here, and it's actually held. So I'm pretty much banking on this heading back up to around $16.86. It's looking really good in my personal opinion. But like I said, that'd be your 3 top. We'd have to break that, because then we could possibly get that 3 top drop top. So I'm gonna be looking for approximately 20% gain on this from where we're currently at. Just continuing this uptrend. Okay, so that's one of the last coins. I'll give you guys a chance. One more coin to chart. Who wants their coin charted before I end the live stream? If not, I'll give you guys 5 minutes. 5 minutes. If you haven't already, I'd appreciate it if you smash that like button. That'd really help my channel grow and get out to more people. Tagged it, oversold, tagged it, oversold. Had the relief rally, fell back below it, didn't tag it, entered oversold, tagged it, oversold. That's kind of what I'm seeing. A lot of people are seeing head and shoulders as well. So if you don't know what a head and shoulders is, you can see there's a shoulder here. This is the head. This is the other shoulder. If I pull this over real quick, we can just do a kind of a learning session. So a head and shoulder pattern is used in technical analysis. It is a specific chart formation that predicts a bullish to bearish trend reversal. The pattern appears at a baseline with 3 peaks where the outside 2 are closer in height and the middle is the highest. So see, these outside ones are close at height and the middle is the highest right there. The head and shoulders pattern is considered one of the most reliable trend reversal patterns It is one of the several top patterns that signals with varying degrees of accuracy that an upwards trend is nearing an end. After a long bullish trend, the price rises to a peak, subsequently declining to form a trough. We have the shoulders, and then inevitably see the drop. The head and shoulder pattern indicates that a reversal is possible. Traders believe that 3 sets of peaks and troughs with a larger peak in the middle means a stock price will begin falling. So you can see the 3 set peaks through with a larger peak in the middle. You can see we had sideways here with the large peak in the middle, and the other shoulder, which is a bearish. The neckline represents the point at which bearish trades start selling. The pattern also indicates that the new downwards trend will likely continue until the right shoulder is broken, where prices move higher than the price. So the advantages is experienced traders identify easily defined profit and risk. Big market movements can be profited from, can be used in all markets. Disadvantaged novice traders may miss it. Large stop loss distances are possible, and it's unfavorable risk to reward. The head and shoulders chart is said to depict a bullish to bearish trend reversal and signals that an upwards trend is nearing its end. Investors consider it to be one of the most reliable trend reversal patterns. How reliable is head and shoulders pattern? So the most common entry point in the breakout of the neckline with the stop above, market top, or market below, market bottom, the right shoulder. The profit target is the difference between the high and the low with the pattern added. The system is not perfect, but it does provide a method of trading that marketers base a logical price movement. An inverse head and shoulders is head and shoulders bottom, but this is not an inverse. You can see we have the shoulder, top, shoulder. So that's why I'm kind of thinking Bitcoin might be dropping there. You can definitely do some more research on that. So with that, guys, I am going to end the live stream. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. And if you want to, you can join my Discord channel. You'll find the link in the description below. We're on there daily. It's a great group of people, share a lot of valuable information. It's not a toxic group whatsoever. We're all super chill. So if you haven't already, make sure you join the Discord. The link is in the description below. I'm not sure if I'll do a live stream tomorrow or not, or just post some videos. We'll see about that. So I'll catch everyone tomorrow. I hope everyone has a great Saturday night. I'll stick around in the chats for a little bit. So I'll catch you guys next time on the live stream of Charting Crypto.